I hit OK. Does that matter?
Greetings, greetings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 1632 of the Daily Antidote of Song. Can you believe it? We have been singing together for 1631 days, and today we're making it 32. My name is Lee Swid. I'm coming in from Pine Lake, Georgia, and I'm very excited to introduce you to some very longtime friends of mine that are new to the Daily Antidote. But before I do that, I would like to say thank you for everyone coming in on the live stream. And thank you to everyone that's here today. Thank you, JoJo, coming in from a very noisy place, so we're not going to hear you. Thank you, Mary, for keeping us looking and sounding so good. Hello, Susan G. in Cincinnati, Linda rockin' on Orcas Island, Sheila in Florida, Kathy in Colorado, Benet in Berkeley, Olive and Ruth, Clive and Ruth. I always think Clive looks like Olive. Hello, Clive and Ruth in Birmingham. That's not in Alabama. Arlene in Berkeley, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Aloysius in Massachusetts, Carolyn always keeping me on track with numbers. Dory and Ollie, Bob in Albany, Deli in Maryland, Sue in Seattle, Pauline in UK, and Phil is there too, I think. Athena in Brooklyn, Kevin in DC, Bob, and I think there's some curly tops connecting to audio. Phil in England, Lindsay in Southern California. Let's see, where am I? Cricket dancing in Maryland, Bonnie in Idaho, Gary in Massachusetts, Sarah in Texas, Cliff in Vermont, and in Silver Spring, Julie Alexander in Ontario, Becky and Laris in the UK, Storm coming in from Massachusetts, Janet and Renee and Ray, Joe's mom, and Carol and Annette and Kat and Kay. If I didn't get you on the way in, I will certainly get you on the way out. Welcome everyone to the Daily Antidote of Song. Greetings, hello everyone. It's so good to be here on this beautiful Monday. It is boiling hot here in Georgia, going up in the 90s. We're waiting for rain, maybe later this week. And joining me here from the same area, from Atlanta, Georgia, Phillip DePoy and Lee Nowell. And these are folks I have known and admired for many, many, many years. I'll tell you more about that, but let's get right into singing. Welcome, Phillip and Lee. It's so, so good to have you here today.
Thank you so much for letting us do this,
Thank you.
Elise and everyone.
What you got for us?
Well, this song is called A Lotus Blossom on the Horizon. It's a fairly simple song. It's in E, but it starts on the A chord. Should we sing the whole song, or do you want to hear a little bit of the repeated line?
Yeah,
first?
let's do the repeated line a few times because I've been singing that.
So at the end of every verse, it says, a lotus blossom on the horizon, a lotus blossom on the horizon. So let's do that again. It's on the A chord, a lotus blossom on the horizon, a lotus blossom on the horizon. There's also a sort of B part that people could sing harmonies with if they would like to. Should we play that part?
Let's do, because there's a lot of harmony singers here.
All right, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Hard times, they won't last. We're gonna make these hard times a thing of the past. Come on, take a walk with me. We'll follow this river on down to the sea. And then back to the verse. So
beautiful. Yeah, let's do that part one more time and then we'll do the whole song.
2, 3, huh. Hard times, they won't last. We're gonna make these hard times a thing of the past. Come on, take a walk with me. We'll follow this river on down to the sea. La 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 la. And then the song goes on.
Beautiful. Let's sing it.
All right. Well, this is what I think it sounds like. I woke up this morning, the sky was so bright, I thought it's just a celebration of the end of the night. But I looked up in the sky, and what did I see? It was a lotus blossom on the horizon. A lotus blossom on the horizon. So I went up the hillside to take a look around. There was darkness in the valley, there was darkness on the town. But the light was coming up, and it was coming up fast. It was a lotus blossom on the horizon. A lotus blossom on the horizon. Here comes the B part. Hard times, they won't last. We're gonna make these hard times a thing of the past. Come on, take a walk with me. We'll follow this river on down to the sea. And I stood in the water and had a great notion. It was William Butler Yeats rising out of the ocean. I said, old man, what do you see now? He said, a lotus blossom on the horizon. A lotus blossom on the horizon.
Oh, I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I have to say, it's so wonderful looking up here and seeing all these people singing along with this. It just is so great. I can psychically hear them.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, I have to tell everyone that I invited Phillip and Lee because I just heard a couple weeks ago a concert with them, and this song just struck me so powerfully. And I've been singing that one line, "A lotus blossom on the horizon," in my mind, but I didn't know the rest of the song, so I said, I gotta go on Daily Antidote. Please tell us about how this song was born and more about it.
Well, Elise, as so much art is, this was a song born of despair. I had just seen the presidential debate between Biden and the other guy, and I was walking outside in a state of disarray, and no kidding, absolutely descending on me, this song came. It came full blown. The line "A Lotus Blossom on the Horizon" came first, and I was wondering what that was about, and then I remembered that. Uh, Kamala is the Sanskrit word for lotus. And I realized what the song was about, and I returned home with hope in my heart and a simple three-chord song in E in my guitar. So that's how it came about. It was given to me. It was a gift. I didn't actually write it. It was just handed to me. That happens to you sometimes,
That is the way that songs come. Yeah, we just
but
have to
not.
we have to pay attention, right?
Yes, I have a friend, a songwriter in Nashville named Bill Hames, who says the angel doesn't always visit, but woe unto me if it visits and I don't pay attention.
Amen to that.
Seriously.
So, I would like for folks to know a little bit more about you all because you are musicians, but you are also very, very active in the theater. And you also, Philip is an author and a playwright. And if you read his bio, you will fall over because he's written 7,592 books and 9,000. I'm exaggerating like I like to do,
But
but
not much, Elise. It's not that much of an exaggeration.
so many books. I mean, actually, immediately went to my library and they had all 7,942 books of Phillips.
In
So
their own wing.
yes, there's a Phillip DePoy wing in the Tigger Library. But seriously, tell us a little bit about your writing because it's you have several branches of writing.
Well, thank you very much for asking. When I was in the 10th grade and I was 15 years old, and my beloved teacher, Marilyn May, said after I'd written something in class, "You should be a writer." And I said, "Okay." And I started writing then, and I have written something every day since then, every day, no matter what, sick or well, happy or sad. Sometimes it was just a few sentences, and a lot of times in the early days it was poetry. But I started writing novels in the early 1990s, and I was just lucky to get them published then. And the newest one comes out this Christmas.
And what is it? What kind of books are these?
I would fall roughly in the mystery genre. Most of the books are mysteries, not all of them, but most of them. There are a few nonfiction books. My favorite one is called The Tao and the Bard. It's a comparison of Shakespeare quotes and quotes from the Tao Te Ching, like a conversation between Shakespeare and Lao Tzu. Um, I,
Wow.
I like that book a lot.
Wow. Um, I think we'll have Mary put some of that in the chat because I think we're all
Oh,
going to be looking for that.
oh,
Um,
cool.
so you've written books, but you've also written a lot of plays. You've been very active in the theater, as are you, Lee.
Yes, Lee and I started writing songs together during lockdown, the way you guys started singing songs together, and we
Mm.
put them occasionally on YouTube. But Lee's been a world-renowned, well regarded, highly decorated playwright for quite a while. Perhaps you could talk about that for a moment, Lee.
Yes, I'm not good at talking about myself, so this is why Phil has to cue me like 40 times to get me to talk. I started out as a professional actress in the theater and then moved into directing and then new play development. And then I started writing my own work. And I think, and we wrote a play together to begin that had music in it, and we performed in it together. So that was fun. And then I started writing my own plays, and I've been doing that for 15 years,
Yeah.
maybe. And then I moved into writing long form monologues and performing them. So going back to my roots as an actor, and Phillip directed it. And I just had a performance of my piece, which is called I'm Not Supposed to Talk About This, uh, this year. And it went really well.
Wow. Wow. Well, for those of you who don't live in Atlanta, both Philip and Lee are just treasures of the art scene here, have been for many, many years. Philip actually directed the theater company um, after I was part of the founding of the theatrical outfit. And I also have to say that Philip used to have a band that I would go here and dance to called
Nick's Flamingo Grill. It was the
Nick
name of the
Flamingo
band.
Grill, a great band.
It was, we referred to ourselves as punk jazz. It was in the 70s, and we performed mostly jazz standards, small combo jazz standards. The instrumentation was guitar, bass, drums, violin, and saxophone, featuring my brother Scott DePoy on the violin. He's also an actor that you know too, Elise.
Yep. And you also, of course, are a very good French horn player.
I actually, I'm a pale version of your sister Mary's French horn playing. Occasionally, when Mary would come into town and didn't have a horn, she would borrow mine, and it always sounded better after she played it. I think there was some sort of metaphysical transference happening there.
Do y'all want to talk a little bit more about the song? I think the lyrics are so inspiring. I love the line, the Lotus Blossom line, of course, but the whole, I don't know.
Yates, you want to talk about
Well,
Yates?
yeah, the some people not as familiar with Yeats's poetry as I am might wonder about that. And Yeats's poem "The Second Coming" has surfaced a lot in recent years about the horrible turn of events for Yeats. It had to do with world wars and the horror of world wars. But for people recently, it's come to mean some other things. in the second coming, it's the essentially the coming of the Antichrist. And the last line of the song of the poem is Yeats sees on the horizon a rude beast slouching toward Bethlehem to be born.
Hmm.
So the idea now is Yeats comes back, and I asked him if he still sees that, and instead of the rude beast, he sees a lotus blossom on the horizon.
Hmm. I love
And
it.
just to take the sort of, I mean, I think that's a terrifically effete reference. So to make it have less offensive, snobbery, literary snobbery, I employ afterbeats. So it's William Butler Yeats rising out of the ocean. So it's a little, um, it's Yeats as if Yeats had at one time or another sat in with Bob Marley.
That's right.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's sing the song again.
Yeah, I'd love to. And I wish I could hear everyone. I woke up this morning, the sky was so bright, I thought it's just a celebration of the end of the night. But I looked up in the sky, and what did I see? It was a lotus blossom on the horizon. A lotus blossom on the horizon. So I went up the hillside to take a look around. There was darkness in the valley, there was darkness on the town. But the light was coming up, it was coming up fast. It was a lotus blossom on the horizon. A lotus blossom on the horizon. B part. Hard times, they won't last. We're gonna make these hard times a thing of the past. Come on, take a walk with me. We'll follow this river on down to the sea. And I stood in the water, had a great notion. It was William Butler Yeats rising out of the ocean. I said, oh man, what do you see now? Is it a lotus blossom on the horizon? A lotus blossom on the horizon.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you. You can
the
see it.
big treat was seeing teddy bears and flowers also singing along with
Yes,
us.
it was so
Exactly.
beautiful.
It was hard for me to get through the rest of the song after that.
It's a typical day at the Daily Antidote of Song.
Well, I love it.
I love that.
Thank you so much. And I know you have a lot more to share, so we will definitely love to have you back sometime.
I'd
And
like to come back tomorrow. Yes, thank you very much for
okay,
asking.
that sounds great. Feel free to come on in. You won't be the featured guest, but you can sing with the
I
featured
will.
guest. Awesome. Okay, so thanks everyone who's coming in on the live stream, and thank you to everyone that's here today. I think I want to say thank you to Phillip, and I want to say thank you to Lee. Thank you, Susan G. in Cincinnati. Thank you, Linda Rockin' on Orcas Island. And Sheila in Florida, Kathy in Colorado, Benet in Berkeley, Clive and Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Arlene in Berkeley, Bob in Albany, Delhi in Maryland, Joe in a noisy place, Sue in Seattle, Sarah in Texas, Mary, thank you for making us look and sound so good. Pauline and William and Phil, it's almost 100 years there for William. Happy, happy days leading
Wow.
to that. Laris in the UK, Athena in Brooklyn, Kevin in DC. I think he's recording something or something cool. He plays the flute. Thank you to Julie in Ontario. And I only see one curly top, but it's the main one today. Hello, Don in Vermont. Bonnie in Boise. Don, I hope to see you in Vermont in October. Bob and Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Oh, Robert and Deborah in dancing in Indiana. And Martha in Oregon. Caroline in D.C., Carolyn in Idaho, Dory and Dolly, maybe in Rhode Island, Cricket and dancing in Maryland, Becky in Vancouver, Diane in Puerto Rico, Fred in Silver Spring, Gary in Massachusetts, Anne in Silver Spring, Storm in Massachusetts, Diane in Massachusetts, Phil in the UK, Aloysius in Massachusetts. Oh, there's Amanda and there's Miles in Michigan, Lindsay in Southern California, Carol J in Connecticut, Ray, Joe's mom in New Jersey, Annette in California, Kat in Vermont, Kay in Texas, Anne in Nashville, Juana La Tejana, LMG in Connecticut. Thank you everyone for being with us on the Daily Antidote of Song. Thanks everyone. Have a beautiful day 1632 and see you again soon. Thanks again, Phillip and Lee.